evolutionists say the light which suddenly formed everything in the universe was an explosion called the Big Bang. They say that explosion created all the order we see today. The Bible agrees that the universe came into being suddenly, not by an explosion, but by an act of God. Evolution can't say what or who created the universe. When a universe just suddenly comes into existence, the known laws of science go out the door. British physicist Stephen Hawking stated the obvious conclusion that we'd all have to concede if we're honest.
So long as the universe had a beginning, we could suppose it had a creator.
Is there any order coming out of a big explosion? I would say not in any way. Explosions cause chaos and random distribution of various parts that were there perhaps as a united organization before.
Think about it. Have you ever heard of an explosion that has produced order? Do you understand what I'm asking you? The question is, can a bomb from a terrorist form a Rolex watch from the various materials available in the area when it explodes? Of course not. To prove the Big Bang Theory is possible, here's what you need to do. First, empty your garage of every piece of metal, wood, leather, paint, rubber, and plastic. Sweep it clean. There can't be a single element present that would normally be used in making a car. Nothing. Now, wait for 10 years and see if a Mercedes-Benz spontaneously forms in your garage. That doesn't work. Wait it for 20 years. That doesn't work. Maybe 100. Maybe it's 10,000 or 250 million. Because that's what it takes to have the same blind faith that you would need to believe that evolution and the Big Bang Theory formed life from absolutely nothing.
Science can find no force in nature that might account for the beginning of the universe, and it can find no evidence that the universe even existed before that moment. Scientists have no proof that life was not the result of an act of creation. To their chagrin, they have no clear-cut answer. The astronomical and biblical accounts of Genesis are alike in one essential respect.
What do you have to believe in order to believe in Darwin's theory of evolution? Well, before any of the other contradictions we've already discussed about the process itself, you have to believe that the beginning of the universe happened all by itself. Every complex organism, every spectacularly designed planet, every remarkable creature, including the entire universe and galaxies of planets and solar systems that operate in perfect clockwork precision, all happened without a creator. You have to believe it was all formed from an explosion. To make note of this, you'll have to believe that it was all formed from an explosion out of absolutely nothing. Now that's blind faith.
If the solar system evolved, all planets should spin in the same direction. But Pluto and Venus rotate backwards, while Uranus is tipped on its side and rotates like a wheel. All moons in our solar system should orbit their planets in the same sense. But at least 6 have backward orbits. Growing a planet by many small collisions will produce an almost non-spinning planet, since the impacts will be largely self-canceling. Growing a large, distant gaseous planet such as Jupiter or Saturn poses an insurmountable hurdle for evolutionists, because gases dissipate rapidly in the vacuum of outer space. And even young stars, similar to our Sun, do not have enough orbiting hydrogen or helium to form even one Jupiter. Scientists have no answer as to why 4 planets have rings, or why each planet is so unique. Theories on the Moon's origin are also completely inadequate. The Moon's elements are too dissimilar to those of Earth's, and its orbital plane and circular orbit offer strong evidence that the Moon was created in its present orbit.
There is no evidence that the planetary system could have come about by mechanical means. There are many, many indications that this universe has been very specially designed, and man is at the very center of it.
That if you adjust them even a little bit, life is impossible. We quickly discover that the Earth was a little closer, a little further from the Sun. It's either too warm or too cold. If it turns at a little different speed, if the masses are a little different, it would hold too much or too little atmosphere. As you start trying to model this, you quickly discover that all the parameters involve an incredibly delicate balance.
The truth is, the world didn't begin with a mindless, meaningless explosion called the Big Bang. The world began when God created it.
You see, God gave you and me a conscience. Then He